Hello there everybody, it is me FreezerBunny and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed building video. Okay guys, so today we're going to be building another venue in the world of NEWCREST and I'm very excited because we are going to be building the NEWCREST High School. Okay guys, so I know that a lot of you guys have been asking for this and I'm very excited to build it with you guys. So yeah, let us get going. So a couple of weeks ago, I built the elementary school and a lot of you guys had really positive reactions to it. So I'm like, a high school would be a perfect follow-up to that really successful build. And yeah, when I built the elementary school, I kind of made the conscious decision to follow up with a high school anyway. So I thought that getting this up as soon as possible would be perfect for you guys. So yeah, it is a very similar approach to the elementary school. The way I built the high school was, to appeal more for the students that are going to use it. So it has a lot of color as well, but at the same time, keeping in mind that it is a high school, I had to be a little bit more subtle and a little bit more serious, I guess. I had to be a little bit more restrained with what I did. So it does have a lot of color, it does have a lot of playful different elements to it, but at the same time, it also has a sort of serious, responsible kind of vibe that I think high schools have more than elementary schools do. But anyway, so yeah, this is a really interesting L-shaped building. As you guys can see, there is a terrace type of area towards the corner that is going to be filled with plants, and basically there are three primary colors that I used in this build, and those are the three primary colors. Okay, so red, blue, and yellow are going to be seen a lot, and they're also going to be seen together a lot as well. The elementary school had an explosion of color, and like I said, I went a little bit more subtle this time by not using every color of the rainbow and then some. I did use red, blue, and yellow and a bunch of rainbow patterns in the interior as well. So you guys are really gonna be blown away because this is absolutely amazing. Once again, one of my best builds. And the fun thing about making a high school is that there's a ton of things that the teens can do that the kids can't. So yeah, it gave me a lot more different classrooms to think about, gave me a lot more different items to incorporate that the kids or like the teenagers in the Sims 4 can actually use, Anyway, so yeah, placing in some initial detailing over here on the outside. I really like that curved balcony type of area. Originally I kind of was imagining the topmost level to be an observatory, because that is one of the requirements for a high school, but eventually I was able to incorporate an actual observatory, so I'm really excited for you guys to see it. There's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of different items that the teens can have or that the teens can use, so it's really fun. Okay, really excited to also be able to incorporate these trellis like things on the outside for the main entrances and exit areas. This is the first time that I actually did those and they looked really good. So once again, I'm really happy to be able to do this. And yes, I have successfully tested this lot and it does work. So yeah, I guess I'll be talking more about the functionality as we go on to all the different classrooms. So basically, the way I designed this building was really based off of the different classrooms that were required. So it's definitely like very functional, the things don't get replaced, nothing disappears and stuff, and the teens will be able to reach a gold level performance in this school without you guys having to do anything. Just go to school. Yes, I tested this school with my teen for 2 days, and the first day we got like a silver performance because literally you have to work extra hard in school. Probably even harder than how you have to work in real life, just saying. So yeah, the Sims 4 schools are not that easy to, to kind of maximize your performance. But anyway, the second day, my teenager did get a gold performance. So how awesome is that? So that proves the fact that this school is functional. Okay, so the first classroom that we're going to be constructing is the computer room. So this is going to be kind of the standard classroom. I really didn't make like a standard classroom that was useless. So yeah, we are making the computer room that has like a rainbow set of chairs, which I really liked. The rest of the furniture are white just to give it a little bit more contrast to the explosion of color that we have for the different chairs, adding in a bunch of huge cork boards, illustration boards and stuff that I will be reducing in size later on. And of course, each classroom is the exact same layout. The only different things in each classroom are the skill items that I incorporated. And I incorporated for the second classroom, you can see that I placed some of those scientific equipment type of things, which one of those the Sims can use, and then the other one the Sims can't, so you guys can just figure it out as you go. Anyway, there's also a nice little kitchen area, which is so cute. So really awesome. And yes, that is also a requirement for a high school. There are days when the game asks you to cook something, and yeah, it's great. Cook or bake something, if I do say so myself. But yeah, adding in some lighting here to make things nice and bright, so the teens can actually see what they're doing. And yeah, it's a really nice ground level, series of classrooms, I guess. Basically, for the ground floor, my theme for all the classrooms was go for more technological, scientific type of stuff. I also imagined that a lot of these equipments would have been really heavy, like for the science equipment and things. So I was like, okay, they really need to be placed on the ground floor. I think that would be the most practical approach. Anyway, the staircase for this lot unfortunately is not as grand as the staircase in my elementary school, but you know what, it gets the job done. 2 tiles is enough. The Sims can in fact get from one floor to another seamlessly anyway, so it's fun. Adding in some more staircase over here, this time on the outside, and pretty much making some interior, management, I guess, with all the different floor plans and stuff. Okay, this time we are making the bathroom. There's actually 3 of these types of bathrooms all throughout this lot. Okay, so it's gonna be the same. So what I did is that I decorated the ground floor bathroom, and then the rest of the bathrooms on the second and third floors I just decorated off camera, but it's all the same anyway, you guys, so don't worry, no need to worry, it's all fine. So yeah, so I actually had a really difficult time figuring out what the bathroom's gonna look like, because pretty much there's a lot of different tile and wall tile and floor tile options that do not match, but I finally was able to find things that match, so I'm really happy about that. And each bathroom has 4 sinks and also 4 different toilet stalls, I guess. And please keep in mind that I did make this without the July 9th update, so I don't have the room, I don't have the doors that have like male and female options yet. But anyway, whatever, I don't discriminate. I'm not that kind of guy. Okay, moving on to the second floor. Once again, the classrooms are exactly the same. Blue paint, and then we have a feature wall that has like some brick on the back. And interesting thing to note, no blackboards in the Sims 4 yet, but we do have TVs which act like a blackboard, and apparently these are called smart boards, and my school also has these, so take that. But yeah, interesting thing about smart boards is that they're pretty much just TVs that you can actually write on. So if you're kind of discussing like mathematical equations, you can actually write on the TV, so that's really nice. And the marker can be erased, so how really cool is that? Anyway, so like I said, the second floor has the lighter equipment. All the classrooms have lighter equipment. So for the first classroom, we have like woodworking stations. There you go. And then for the second one, we had some easels, which yes, the teens can use. And then for the third classroom, I thought it was interesting to kind of make a botanical type of classroom, or like biology type of thing, because the game or like high schools do require you to have some bonsai trees and stuff, so that was fun. Anyway, so when I first made the elementary school, I told you guys that when the Sims come to the school, they go straight to the computers. So that's what I did for my elementary school builds. But for this high school build, I was really pleasantly surprised to see that the Sims go all over the place. A lot of Sims went to the paintings classroom actually, and a lot of them started painting and stuff. So I was really pleasantly surprised that people actually went for something that was more creative, and none of them just went to check on their Facebooks and stuff. That was really cool. Anyway, for the outside, I'm just testing out the landscaping over here. Once again, adding in a ton of gravel because, you know, sometimes I just don't like to see grass. You know, it's just how I like things. Plus, using gravel kind of makes me feel a little bit more modern. So yeah, so the landscaping part is going to be divided into two parts. Right now, we're making the front landscape. And then towards the later part of this building, we are going to be making the back and the sides, because landscaping takes a while, but I really wanted to see how things are going to look early on into the build. Because like I told you guys, those balconies on the front of the building are going to contain some, you know, some plants and stuff. So I wanted to see how that looked like early on. Okay, working on the rooftop area was really, really cool. Please keep in mind that this lot does not have like a legit interior cafeteria. There is a place where the Sims can buy food and get food, but there's no place for them to eat it. So basically that whole rooftop area is where your Sims are gonna eat it. This is one of my favorite rooms on this whole entire lot, and it is the theater. I love this room because it has an explosion of different colors. The seating in this room is perfect. It comes in a rainbow pretty much, and it's really awesome. I also like the stage as well. I was able to incorporate those luxury party drapes and stuff, which were really cool. And microphones are also a requirement for this type of venue for high school, so that's really cool. So I originally started with white chairs, and I realized that, you know what, I think this would look so much better if I made rainbow chairs, so that's what I went with. Over here I'm placing in some closet because of course it's kind of a theater auditorium type of thing, so there's probably going to be some events when teen Sims need to change their outfits. So yeah, there we go. Really, really nice pattern that I made there of the chairs. Nice rainbow pattern, and it's also kind of a rainbow shape type of thing as well. And then over here, I put in like a reception desk type of thing, where we have some computers. Basically, if you had an appointment and stuff, this is where you would stop by and check your schedule and all that stuff. I wasn't able to make like a super elaborate faculty room. There is a faculty / principal's office and stuff, but I wasn't able to make an elaborate one, but whatever. Basically, my focus for this whole entire lot, as I told you guys, were the classrooms and all the items that were required. I basically placed them first, as you guys noticed, and then the rest of the things that kind of just don't have a function or don't have any purpose, they're just there for decoration, I placed them later on. At this point, you guys can see that I've already made the upper floor bathrooms. So yeah, working on the gym area. The gym, surprisingly, was very underwhelming. I honestly thought that I had enough space for the gym, but apparently I didn't. So I was only able to include a treadmill and a punching box. I was gonna say punching box, and then halfway through saying it, I was like, oh no, bag. So yeah, anyway, a punching bag. So hashtag just woke up, you guys. But anyway, I really wanted to get this up for you guys as soon as possible. So the second I woke up, I'm just like, hell yeah, I'm gonna record the commentary for my new speed build. But anyway, okay. So yeah, I was only able to include 2 treadmills and 2 punching bags. So yeah, I don't know. I think it works well. If the game asks your teenager to, you know, level up their jogging skill, or like their... I'm freaking dyslexic right now. I'm so sorry. Anyway, if the game asks your sim to level up their physical skill, you have the option to use the treadmill or these punching bags, or you can just go jogging. It will level up your, you know, your your like physical skill either way. Plus there's also some nice shower areas as well. Literally your sim can live here because there's also some beds, you know. Right now we are working on the infirmary or the clinic type of area, and yes, there are beds over here. There we go. It's not as grand as the infirmary or like the clinic area that I had for my elementary school, but once again, it gets the job done. The Sims don't need this once again, but it's just decoration, so I think it was a nice little touch. Plus, this was the only excuse I can think of how to incorporate beds into this venue. So literally, your adult Sims can come here and just go and live here pretty much, you know. They can sleep here, they can grab some food, and they have a million different skill items that they can use and, you know, level up their skills in. So this is the perfect place to actually hang out with your adults. And yes, even though this venue is set up as a high school, your adult Sims can actually stop by here and, you know, do some things. You know, there's no limit. However, if you send your adults here, if you go here with your adults, it does not function as a high school. You know, it just functions as like an ordinary lot and stuff. But, you know, it works either way, as a high school or just as a normal venue. It's your guys' choice. The hallways that leads to the classrooms are really, really big. Okay, this is the interesting thing, I guess, that I need to explain to you guys. I wasn't able to include like an actual library like room itself. So what I did was that since I had a lot of different hallways and stuff, I decided to put some bookshelves on the hallways. And then if you guys can see that there's like a computer area with the bookshelves, I just thought that, you know, if a sim grabs a book that they like, they can log in the information, the date, or their name on the computer, and then there's no need for a librarian. You know, the teens are responsible, quote unquote responsible, for what they take, and they can just log in the name of the book and then when they're gonna return it and stuff. You know, that's kind of my idea for it. It's probably not gonna work in real life for security options and stuff, but whatever, that's kind of what I was thinking. Anyway, moving on to some more skill building rooms. This time we are at the 3rd floor, and over here we have the music rooms. So I believe, if I remember correctly, there's 3 different musical instruments that are required in a high school. So basically we need to have pianos, violins, and guitars. So I was able to incorporate all of those. Originally, I kind of wanted to have a more elaborate classroom setup and stuff, but eventually I just settled for a basic one, which you guys will see me try to add in some other things, but eventually I just added these tables that kind of look like they would be like, what are these things called? Music sheet, you know, holders or stands for your musical sheets and stuff. So I was looking for some books that would look like there were music sheets, but none of them were working. So I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave them empty. So yeah, that's it for the music room type of things. So this is when I realized that I did not have any space for a library, for like a cafeteria. I stand corrected. But anyway, I tried to include as many benches as I can because, like I said, there's no like actual cafeteria eating area. There's only like an area for the cafeteria to like buy food. Anyway, we are working on the faculty office right now. So there's 3 desks. There's 2 desks that are placed right next to each other, and there's also one that is placed separately. So the separate one I kind of had in mind for the principal, and then the other 2 that are together I kind of had in mind for just the other faculty people. Once again, nothing too crazy, just a bunch of storage and some intimidating desks and chairs. I really wanted to add like, you know, a trash can, but you know, just for practical purposes, but you know, they did not work. So I thought, you know, placing trash cans, it would really smell probably in this faculty room, so I didn't put any. And then there are these really cute, small, puny, tiny desks chairs that are just really nice for hallways. They didn't take any attention from the hallways itself, and I thought that they were really appropriate, so I placed them. And then I placed in some kind of fences on the upper hallway just to give it a little bit more privacy, I guess, because that hallway was freaking huge. Okay, we are working now on the very, very small cafeteria. It's not even a cafeteria. It's just a place for your Sims to pretty much buy the food. And then once they're done purchasing the food, they can just eat outside, eat wherever they want pretty much. I'm so sorry, you guys. The thing is, a cafeteria is not required. You know, it's not required for this type of venue. So yeah, it really doesn't matter whether we have a cafeteria or not. I think vending machines would be good to go, but you know, just for the sake of immersion and just to deliver that whole idea of the fact that this is a high school, I kind of wanted to add at least a place for the Sims to, you know, to buy some food and stuff. So I just placed this cafeteria type of thing using a lot of get to work items. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say that layout will be changed slightly. So yeah, it went really well. There are 2 microwaves and 2 vending machines, hashtag, or like slash vending machines slash refrigerators, because they're actually refrigerators, that they're not really vending machines. But yeah, they work, you know, they feed your Sims, and I think that is the most important thing. Working on the topmost floor, this was a little bit of a fun floor to work on, because this floor has some really interesting equipment. It has some futuristic equipment, actually. So we have those huge freaking microscopes, which, by the way, I'm freaking annoyed why everything had to be huge in The Sims 4. Like, are you freaking kidding me? The freaking observatory telescope thing is absolutely humongous. The freaking microscope is absolutely humongous. Like, seriously though, can we please think about saving space? Anyway, so yeah, originally I kind of wanted to go for a more scientific looking, you know, topmost floor, because it's kind of like a science lab, observatory kind of thing. But eventually I went with some more futuristic equipment, which you guys will be seeing in a little bit. So yeah, I was like, you know, I was trying to place these aquariums, and I was like, what are the Sims gonna do? That dissect the fish? Oh my gosh, hell no, not gonna happen on my watch. But anyway, eventually I was able to put like a nice little hallway which has a bookshelf, and then over here I was able to put these gaming what are these called? These gaming rigs, I guess, or gaming equipment, which I never owned, but I thought was a nice little touch to put in a high school. You know, the kids need a break once in a while, or they're probably experimenting with gaming and all that stuff as well. So it was a really fun thing to add as well. And of course, we have those bookshelves for good measure, because all the other floors have bookshelves and all that stuff. So yeah. Pretty much all the equipment in the school is pretty much taken care of and provided for you guys. The only thing that I encountered that, you know, when I tested out the school, the only interaction that I wasn't able to fulfill because there wasn't any equipment was cameras. Actually, I forgot to put a bunch of cameras on the school, but don't worry, I tested it once again, and you can actually use your cell phone to take pictures. So you know, there's like this is a legit pause. This is not like an issue with your YouTube player, by the way. I just had to go for a bathroom break. But anyway, so yeah, this was like a 6-hour build, you guys. So it was really tiring and stuff. So I was like, anyway, like I said, there is going to be an interaction that's going to ask you to take pictures. But don't worry if you don't have a camera. If you don't have an SLR, you can actually use your Sims' cell phones, and it will fulfill the need, okay? Also, I realized really late on into the build that I did not incorporate any chess tables. So I went ahead and also incorporated those. I put some chess tables on the outside, actually, because we have quite a bit of space on the outside. Okay, so over here, that area you guys can see me working on is going to be where the chess tables are located. So hopefully everything works. You know, hopefully I didn't forget anything. I really feel like I have not forgotten anything. So hopefully this is going to be functional for you guys. You know, if I did forget anything, it will not be that difficult to add those anyway. So good luck. Anyway, so yeah, putting in some more seating area, which is going to be replaced by some different benches and stuff. And I'm also placing these really modern chess tables, plus the chairs that go with outdoor retreat. No, perfect patio, which works really well with the look that I was going for. Lots of white to kind of contrast all the different colors. Over here, we're adding some more detail with the theater area, which is really fun. I thought this was like a nice little nook for, you know, the kids to change. If they're a little bit shy to change in front of their peers, they can change behind some curtains, then that'd be fun. For the landscaping, once again, I stuck really closely with my general landscaping rules when I make builds in NEWCREST. So basically stuck with some, you know, standard plants that I used all throughout NEWCREST. These hydrangeas and these lavenders, these hedges and those desert type of plants that I don't know the names of, but yeah, it's gonna be really awesome. Looks really good from afar. I love looking at lavenders because they just look so fragrant. You know, I remember my mom's like Victoria's Secret perfume every time I think of lavender. So yeah, plopping in one tree there just to break the horizontalness of the landscaping, and yeah, adding in a bunch of different rocks. I hate placing rocks. I'm sorry if you guys love rocks and stuff, but I just hate placing rocks. I don't know. I prefer placing plants just because they're kind of more fun to place. Rocks are just super random. I don't even get the idea of how to place them, but I don't know why I'm hating on rocks, but I just, you know, more than I hate, I guess I should say it's just a little bit inconvenient for me to place rocks. But anyway, they do have a nice feel to them. And you know, I definitely find them useful. Just the placement of them is really tricky. But anyway, the landscaping turned out really nicely. Once again, patting myself on the back because you guys know the landscaping might not be my best, you know, at my best. You know, I might not be able to do it as well as other people, but I was actually really happy with how it turned out. But anyway, the speed build part of this video is coming to an end. In a little bit, we will be moving on to the screenshots. So yeah, that is going to be it for the speed building part of this video. Alrighty guys, moving on to the screenshots. We are starting off with a couple of views of the outside of the building. Over here you can see those really nice window frames and stuff. Very beautiful color that we have. It's really fun exterior of the building. And over here you can see the back of the building as well. Moving on to the interiors, we have a very bright yellow hallway / reception area. Another reception area over here, this time with 2 computers, and I believe the next one is going to be of the locker / hallway area that leads to the classrooms. The first classroom that we're going to be looking at is this computer room, and yeah, really fun. I love the rainbow chairs. Another view of the classroom, this time facing the smart board. The second classroom is where the science labs are going to be. Really fun, interesting classroom for the Sims to learn more about their scientific skills. And then the third one that we're going to be looking at is the cooking classroom, which is really fun. Lots of things to learn, lots of new recipes to experiment on in this classroom. One of my favorite rooms in this lot is this theater / auditorium area. I just love the explosion of color, and it's a really fun build as well. Over here we have a view of the faculty room. Nothing too crazy, but it gets the job done. So this is the second floor hallway. Lots of nice little seating areas, and I love the bright yellow color. And this is the second floor hallway that has the bookshelves. Second floor locker hallway area that leads to the second floor series of classrooms, and then the first classroom on the second floor is this woodworking station, which is really fun. Tons of things for the Sims to learn about making woodworking stuff and all that good stuff. Anyway, next classroom is the painting area. Once again, tons of easels for the Sims to practice their painting skill. And of course, over here we have the botany / biology classroom, where we have these bonsai trees where your Sims can learn the gardening skill. The gym, which nothing too crazy, but once again gets the job done. And then looking at the infirmary, this is the reception area, and then this is one of the bedroom areas that has a nice view of NEWCREST. And then this is the third floor sitting area / lobby, whatever. And then this is the third floor kind of library-esque type of hallway. And then this is the hallway that leads to all the different musical classrooms. And this is one of the classrooms for music. And then this one has the grand piano. And then this is the cafeteria, food purchasing area, I guess. And then this is another area of like the food prep area, where we have the vending machines and those microwaves. And then this is where you're supposed to eat the food, okay? And then this is the 4th floor hallway that has the more bookshelves, and then that is the gaming rig that's really, really fun. It gives your Sims a huge fun boost. And then over here we have this huge microscopes, but whatever, it works, gets the job done. So yeah, that is going to be it for the speed building video. I hope you guys had fun. I had so much fun building this for you guys, so I hope you guys had fun watching it. But anyway, please don't forget to hit that like, favorite, and subscribe button because it really helps me out a lot. And I just want to say thank you to all you guys who really send me your support and all the love. I can really feel your love on the other side of the world where I live, but you know, it really makes me feel so amazing about whatever I do, and it just makes me more motivated to make more awesome things with you guys. So thank you so much for all the love. So yeah, that is going to be it for the speed builds. Thank you guys so much for watching. You all have an awesome day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.